Hey, Dan Coachimillan along with Bora for NorCal Sports Network with a video on the San Diego Padres ownership drama and their ability to sign Roki Sasaki. We will get into that, but first, let us thank our sponsor, Chapman Law Group. Check out Chapman Law Group in the description of this video. And if everyone would give a like to this video, it does help the channel grow. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Thanks so much. All right, Bora, the Padres, it's a mess. Monday afternoon, January 6th, the San Diego widow of Peter Seidler, is that how Seidler, I think it is pronounced, Peter Seidler, his wife, I believe it's pronounced Shiel. She has put out a complaint she filed against her husband's brothers. And this, we'll get into it a little bit, but this is kind of a mess. And this could, Bora, affect their ability to sign Roki Sasaki just simply because of the drama, the chaos it could create, the unknown. Who's going to own the team? Is it going to affect them financially if there's a long drawn out lawsuit and let's say it goes to the brothers or who knows what can happen? It could cause them to have to sell off. I think this is a red flag. And Roki Sasaki is a very detailed type of person who really likes order and wants to really is taking detailed approach to this whole free agency and is wanting to know this, whatever it is, and you see this in a lot of the Asian players. They're very structured. I heard that Ichiro going to be, 100% probably vote into the Hall of Fame. And I was listening to a broadcast on, I'm not sure who it was. I think it might have been MLB radio I was listening to. And a former player was talking about Ichiro, how locker, everything had its perfect place. And the players talked about going in there and trying to just move things a couple inches to see if he noticed, but they didn't know how he would react. So they didn't mess with him. But you see Ohtani's regime and how he is just, they approach things much more disciplined than I would say, the American ball player on average, I mean, that's just their culture. They're very matter of fact. I don't know. I think this puts a monkey wrench into them trying to sign Sasaki. What do you think?
I would agree with you. That is a very accurate statement saying that Sasaki is very detailed. We've heard that he in the meetings he requested that players not be there, that it's just the ownership, and then I think he requested that everybody prepare like a video for him.
Yes.
So there have been some reports about him knowing what he wants and him requesting things that he wants. To me, this does not bode well for the Padres. This just creates a distraction around the whole team. I don't know that it would hold up anything. I mean, it might just from the money point of view. But I agree. Like if I were signing this contract, or if I were wanting to be a Padre, I wouldn't want this distraction to be in place. I really think this now kind of narrows it down between the Dodgers and Giants. It might even just completely put the Padres out of this because everybody's kind of going to be focused on this lawsuit, on what to do, who's going where, and they might kind of take themselves out of the Sasaki run.
It really could. I mean, we won't read the entire lawsuit or the letter, but we will put the description or the link. What would we put the link, right? We can put the link in the description of this video if you want to go read the entire article, everyone. But I'm just going to point out a couple things in it. In this letter, there's a long letter, and we've got the link, as I said, to this entire article. I'm not going to take the time to read this article, but she filed a complaint on Monday, the 6th of January. And in this letter to the fans, Sheil Seidler stated, the lawsuit is a last resort, but I will do whatever it takes to protect my children, Peter's legacy in this extraordinary ball club. Her public statement underlines her commitment to ensuring the Padres' continued success while preserving her late husband's vision. And then following the news of the lawsuit, a spokesperson for the Peter Seidler Trust released the following statement. And again, it's long, so I'll read just a portion of it. The complaint filed by Sheil Seidler, the widow of Peter Seidler, is entirely without merit. Peter had a clear estate plan. This plan specifically named 3 of his 9 siblings with whom he had worked closely for many decades as successor trustee of his trust, and Peter himself prohibited Sheil from ever serving as trustee. Okay, this is a family mess. Okay, this is a mess. You've got also in this article you can look at, guys. There is a portion where Sheil pulls out a handwritten note that says Peter wanted her to run it. You can see it there, item line 1, 2, and then it lists some of the children. It goes on down. And then the brothers are listed much further down. This is just, guys, I'm in financial planning, and I have seen many families do crazy things when it comes to wills. And after someone passes, people have changed things, written things in, tried to get in there. And, this is all about money and control. And the brothers are saying that they have control. She's saying she has control. This is going to be long and drawn out. And this could affect not just the Sasaki situation, Bora. This could affect many of the players who are under big time contracts that the Padres have signed. And is it interesting that the Padres have done nothing this offseason?
They've done absolutely nothing. Luis Arias is potentially on the trade block. I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces right here. What's for sure is, I mean, she put out this letter, they put out that statement. We don't know what's true right now. We can only make guesses as to what is true and what isn't. But I mean, you said it, this is going to be long. This is going to be ugly. There are going to be a bunch of lawyers around. I mean, this is not something that the Padres need right now. The Padres need to have, I mean, they were arguably the favorites for that World Series. And that was, a lot of people called the Dodgers-Padres series the World Series, meaning whoever won that series was going to win the World Series. A lot of people thought the Padres were going to win the World Series. I know you kind of thought that, Dan. They were a good team. And Joe Musgrove tore his UCL, I'm pretty sure. So he's going to need Tommy John. He's not going to be returning. There's a lot of dark things kind of surrounding the Padres right now, and that's not where they want to be, especially in this division where the Dodgers are the clear favorites, but the D-backs just signed Corbin Burns, and they've made some moves where they can kind of boost themselves up to that second place position. And for as much as we talk down about the Giants, I mean, if the Padres have a down year, who knows? Maybe the Padres end up in 4th place.
It's possible. These things can have a way of working themselves down on the field. Generally, they try to keep them separate, the players, the management. But what I see could happening is that if this is a long drawn out thing and it looks like who's going to get control, maybe there's financial issues. Sometimes these things happen where they have to sell the team, but you could have to sell off some of these contracts. The Padres have some huge contracts. Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis, Xander Bogaerts, 3 huge long-term commitments that the Padres have. And we've heard about Arias possibly being dealt. Dylan Cease and Michael King are in their free agent year. This is their last year. Are they going to try and keep them all the way through? Are they going to sell them off? Teams, I mean, this stuff just happens like crazy. This kind of, the fact that this news came out on Monday, it gives me some, I guess, I don't say answers, but it makes sense now why the Padres haven't done anything, because AJ Preller is the wheeler dealer of baseball. He's always active, but they haven't done anything.
They haven't done anything. And like you said, I mean, Dylan Cease, Michael King, those are two guys that are in their contract years right now. Jackson Merrill is, I know he was a rookie, but sometimes these guys like to, or I should say smart organizations like to extend these guys early to maybe,
like the Brewers did with Churio and the Braves did with all their guys. Yeah,
exactly. Some owners, some organizations just like to extend their young players early to get that cheaper discount. Who knows what effect this could have? And I mean, this is that Manny Machado contract, that Fernando Tatis contract, and that Xander Bogart contract. Those in a couple years, a couple of those contracts aren't going to be too good.
I
mean,
think in
Xander
2-3,
Bogart,
Bogarts is going to be the worst one, and then Machado, and then Tatis is still young enough where you could get a lot out of him, but they are committed to these guys, and it would not surprise me if we see some deep discounted trades happen this year. If this thing drags into, the fact that, I mean, you're a Padre fan, right? As a Padre fan, you got to be going, what do we deserve all this? We get our hopes up. We got one of the best ballparks in all of America. It's a beautiful park. If you haven't been to Petco Park,
you can see it in the background.
Recommend it. Yeah, there it is in the back. It's just I love that park Oracle Park, Petco Park, I think two of the top 3 ballparks in all of baseball. So you look at the park and they got this beautiful thing going down there in the Gaslamp District. Padre fans loving everything. They should have probably won it all last year. They got beat by the Dodgers. They were up 2-1. They couldn't score a run in games 4 and 5 in the series and lost to the Dodgers 3-2, and in their own ballpark too. They had, so the bad thing that the way it plays out is this franchise has never got a World Series. They've been to it twice, lost both times. But they're kind of snake bitten, and now this news comes out, and if you're a baseball fan, you got to hope this doesn't affect the team in any way, that it doesn't affect what they built. But I definitely think, and I could be wrong, could be way off. Watch Sasaki now sign with the Padres. That would just be like egg in my face. But I think it puts a huge red flag up. And I think you're right. I think it's Dodgers, Giants. And earlier, somebody asked me, I think you did, where did you put the odds for Sasaki? And I said 60% Dodgers, 30% Padres before this news came out, obviously, and 10% Giants. Now what I think it does is I think it's 80% Dodgers, 20% Giants.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, I think this completely just, excuse me, takes away Sasaki to the Padres, any chance. Again, we could be way off.
You never know. Yeah,
you never know. But I definitely think the Dodgers are the favorites. They've been the favorites. 80-20 Dodgers Giants. Unless a miracle happens, he's probably going to the Dodgers.
Right. All right, guys. That's our take on the San Diego Padres ownership fiasco and their ability to sign Roki Sasaki. We've got it, Bor and I, down to 0. We think it's over. This makes this a mess. So tell us what you think in the comments below. Do you agree, disagree? Do the Padres still have a shot? Does this whole thing that's happening with the Seidler family issue, does this have no bearing on them signing Sasaki? Or do you agree with us that it's a huge, huge red flag for Roki Sasaki? Tell us what you think below. And again, thanks for watching this video. Please give it a like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody.